All right, welcome back, Braves fans. Before we get into the halftime stats and the 6-6, heck of a football game, and obviously a fast one because both teams really owned the time of possession, I have a bone to pick with the technical supervisor and camera operator. She's got snacks, some summer sausage, and didn't share with the rest of us. And that's where's your pizza? Oh,
We left the
should've-
pizza in the truck,
so-
from Friar Tuck's.
from Friar Tuck's.
Yeah, let me tell you, if Mindy ever brings us Rice Krispie treats, it's going to be a pretty exciting day.
Okay.
I'm not holding my breath though.
All right, sorry, Mindy. I had to give you some static. That looked really good. All right, some unofficial stats there in the first half. Get the rushing going here. Luke Stewart had a few carries and picked up 18 yards. Blaze French with 24 yards rushing. Mason Samuels got one carry for 6. Reed Butcher, he's got a couple carries for 17. He got loose on a couple long runs there on that touchdown drive. Also, Bradley Dornbos got a couple carries. He's in double digits in running as well. On the passing side of things, Luke Stewart with 79 yards. Mason Samuels got one reception for 6. Grady Kepley has got 2 receptions for 47, and Saeed Smith-Jenkins with a toe tapper. He's got 26 yards on 2 receptions. So offensively, we're able to sprinkle in a few good passes, but the running game is really what got us going there in that first half to really keep the drive alive. And then, of course, the touchdown run by Blaze French, the 3-yarder, got us in the end zone first. And the Braves decided to go for a 2-point conversion, and that failed. Kind of fast forward things to St. Mary's and their touchdown at the 10:24 mark of the second quarter. Their drive was made up of huge long passes when they were faced with pretty much third and long and third and everything, but they were able to get something going offensively. But for me, offensively, and Jason and I talked about it at halftime during the homecoming ceremony, we were running the ball, and realistically, other than that first drive that we went 3 and out, they could not stop a running game. So I'd be kind of curious to know, in a game that doesn't have very many offensive possessions, if we're going to go to that run game and see how we're going to figure out how to stop Lane Smith on the defensive end.
Yeah, you want to get off the field on this first possession and then eat that third quarter alive with that run game, if it was me, and just shorten the game and see if you can get that thing in the end zone. But it starts with your defense here. Kickoff out of the locker room. Now, St. Mary's they've been having homecoming. They're starting running back, one of the defenders. There's seniors out there. Everybody probably wanting to watch. Maybe they did. Not sure. Sometimes that can be a distraction. Let's see if the Braves got focused, ate some raw steaks for some snacks at halftime. See if they come out here and get this going quick.
Little squib kick, and it's just going to be dived on. And realistically, that's not a bad situation. Counter Grove, a little squibbed, and they just dived on it at the 34-yard line, far hash. And got to give a shout out to Matt Wilkins watching, and I actually saw this. Tied at halftime, Osage City 14, Silver Lake 14. So kind of a shocker there at Silver Lake tonight. So I have to keep an eye on that one. But
for those who don't know, Kate Parsons had a season-ending knee injury, quarterback that we saw a couple weeks ago.
For Osage City, split backs, Lane Smith going to be a handoff inside to Holes. Holes running a little angry here coming out of the locker room. That's your homecoming king, and he's able to pick up about 5 yards on the first carry. And realistically, his best carry of the game, and they're looking like they're giving him 6.
Yeah, check that distraction. He came out. He wasn't worried about homecoming. He came out and plowed forward there, running a couple Braves over, and
kind of
see what Coach Reddick wants to do with some of this pressure. It looks like we were kind of rocked back there.
Split backs again for Smith, kind of redirecting, maybe changing the play here at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 4. 5-step drop looking, and he's going to go deep along that far boundary, and it is going to be incomplete. Almost looked like both the defender and the the receiver had a chance with that ball, so well defended there on that far side.
Blaze running right with him, and that's what you got to do. You got to be in his hip pocket, make it difficult. I thought maybe we had a chance to pick that as well. Looks like there was a flag on the play. I didn't see the laundry hit the ground for the illegal shift, and they'll mark this off. I'm assuming Coach Reddick will take it to get it back to 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9, negate that long run. by the homecoming king, and we'll reset things here. No harm, no foul. Second and long.
Okay, get the formation set for you. One split to the far side. You're going to have twins here to the near side. Smith in the pistol, holes in the running back position. 2nd and 9. Looks like Council Grove's going to bring pressure, and they do, and it's going to be a dumped off. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by number 4, Nate Seamers, and I'm sorry.
Ball tipped, and Nate he found an Easter egg in the breadbasket.
And honestly, I guarantee what Nate saw after that tip ball is
Touchdown.
that ball up in the air, and there's not a single blue jersey in front of me, and I'm going to go run to the blue end zone, and he just couldn't quite haul it in. But obviously love to have the pick six, but the defense have stopped them here so far, faced with a 3rd and 9. Defend well, get home to the quarterback, make him force a tough throw here, and get that punter on the field.
Yep.
Twins here to the near side.
Guys are going to have to cover.
Pressure up front. Looks like somebody came early. Smith rolled out to the far side. Dornbos is pressuring him. Just decided to throw it away. And do we have any laundry on the field?
I didn't see him throw it.
And it looked like maybe we got a head start, but nevertheless, sort of a 3 and out with a penalty flag. And we're going to see the punter and get to see that offense on the field. And you know what? Bradley Dornbos has been a huge difference maker on both sides of the ball, specifically defense, him rushing the passer and rushing Smith. And I think it might be an opportunity for a patented big, huge punt return by number 41.
Well, they're putting Samuels back there with him. Bradley will probably drop to the deep position if it's kicked up in the air, and he'll have big 34 leading the way, set up a return here maybe.
Punt is away, a little end over end. It's going to check up, and again, they tried to negate our punt return. And a great punt and given a little wind blow there by one of the downmen. And it's going to be inside the 20, right at the 20 on the far hash. So I guess one thing, if you don't kick it high in the air, it's not returnable. You just kick it end over end and you pray you get a St. Mary's roll, and that's what happened.
Pretty good game plan. If you've watched Council Grove in the return game, that's been a real bright spot. Forcing those punts and getting great field position. I believe French even took one to the house so far this year. So good coaching by St. Mary's, not giving Council Grove a chance to return it, making us drive it 80 yards.
All right, here we go. One split to the far side, one split here to the near side. Stewart in the pistol. He's got a running back to his right and behind. Going to be a handoff lead play up the middle, and it's going to be pushing, shoving the offensive line coming out of the locker room. And tough running.
Somebody
there.
blow a whistle before you have a rugby scrum. I mean, the scrum moved 6 yards towards us.
So a great start there on first down. The Braves are able to pick up, good Lord, pick up about 6.5 on first down. Great run. Was that French there, Jason?
Yeah, Blaze French running hard, and the Braves opening up that front, giving them some room there, and Blaze is just keeping the leg drive. And, man, the running game, the ability, we did the 3 and out part. Miracle 1. Miracle 2, control the clock. Kill the third quarter. Get it in the end zone.
All right, here we go. Reed Buttery in at quarterback. Going to be a QB keeper trying to find a seam, and he does find a seam. Runs over the safety. First down Braves, and I tell you what, I think maybe that safety, I didn't get a number on that guy, but I think the airbags went off when Reed hit him. Holy mackerel, what a shot.
Yeah, he put a shot on him, and Reed running angry, running downhill. What he's done when Luke went out and he took over the quarterback position, and we had to go more to that running game and mix in the pass, and Reed did a great job. But man, when you need something, you can. It looks like he's back empty again.
You got me, Mindy. Yep, because I bumped it. Reed Buttery, and we're going to have a little movement up front, and got a little something going in the running game, and then that darn penalty flag has to come out, and it's one of those things where, oh my gosh.
Well, I will say,
Rice Krispie treats.
I will say, they are fewer and far between. We've had some. Both teams have had their moments. They've played some pretty clean football. We've gotten more than you want to get, but compared to other weeks, we've had some clean drives.
Stewart back in at back at quarterback. It's going to be a QB key, try to zone Reed. And I tell you what, I think St. Mary's sensing that the running game for Council Grove is something that they were going to come out and establish, which we did. So they might have changed thing up, and they brought the house.
Yeah.
Loss on that play is going to bring up second down, and I believe once they get it set, it's going to be probably about 18. Big opportunity here. Braves got an opportunity here to hopefully pick up about 7 or 8 on this first play.
Maybe get it out quick.
Stewart, play action pass. He's pressured off to the far side, looking, and he's just going to head to the boundary and just get thrown out of bounds. No gain on that play. So, it's one of those things where an innocent little false start penalty just completely changed the momentum of the whole entire drive.
It does change the drive, and you like to get 7 or 8 on that next play and kind of get it back manageable somewhat, and it sets you back. And then when you have a play get blown up, now it's 3rd and a country mile, and we'll see if the Braves try to get it in 1 or they're going to get a little bit of it and punt the ball away.
Empty backfield for the junior quarterback, Stewart. Twins here to the near side. 5-step drop. Looking. Sets his feet. Going over here to Blaze French. And not quite on the same page on that corner route. So that will be a 4th down punt coming. Braves are able to get a 1st down, but the drive stalls after the false start penalty. So insert Reed Butchery. Hopefully he's got an opportunity to maybe flip the field. Set back deep for St. Mary's is number 3, Jace Hurla. And if he's in like any other Hurla, he's probably a little speedster.
There's always a Hurla on the roster. This is good play there by St. Mary's to work field position, set us back, and now with this punt, Reed needs to get a boomer, try to flip this.
Snap punt is away and is going to be returnable by Hurla, and he's dumped. What a tackle by Smith Jenkins, timing that perfectly, taking the legs. Excuse me, was that
Saeed? Yeah.
Yep, it was Saeed Smith Jenkins on that. But pretty good field position for St. Mary's on their second drive out of the locker room. So defense has pretty much owned this entire second half.
It's pretty much owned the whole game.
Yeah,
there's been a couple big plays on both sides that have put them in position to score, and both teams with 1 touchdown, no conversion, 6-6, and it's a defensive battle.
Smith with a running back to his right, and we're going to have a penalty flag, and it's going to be offsides on Council Grove.
Yeah, it was Gunner lined up. Looked like his helmet was in the neutral zone, which is the ball, tip of the ball extended, and
that will push the ball across midfield. So 1st down and 5 for St. Mary's, and hopefully that wasn't the play that St. Mary's needed to try to get a drive going for themselves, and defense need to stand up and make a play here. Smith, long snap count. Going to be a handoff here to this left side to Holes, and Holes can't find much running room. Maybe falls forward. Looks like Reed Butchery, first man in there for the stop. Short gain on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yep, it looks like they're going to spot it almost right at the line of scrimmage after the penalty. So Braves hold up there, get them into 2nd and 5, and, man, you'd like to dump them and make this 3rd and long and see if you can make this decision a little tougher.
Trips here to the near side. Looks like probably a passing down based on this formation here to the bottom of your screen. Quick wide receiver screen here on the boundary. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks another tackle, spins out to the 45. Looked like he's going to be about a yard short, going to bring up 3rd and short. That wide receiver on the play, number 11, is Ketter.
Yeah, they go to spot this. I think it's going to be – are they going to give him the – they're going to give him the 45, which will mean he's a yard short. Braves, this is huge because you want to put them to the test here and give yourself a chance on 4th down.
So whether or not they'll be 4-down territory, we'll know, but I would assume that you're probably going to see 15 or 7 carry the football right here on this 3rd down and short. Smith, going to be a little option play to that far side, breaks 1 tackle, and he's able to break another tackle, holds along the boundary, breaks another tackle. 1st down inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Jason, they had him dead to rights in the backfield.
Had him dead to rights twice. Had 2 guys that could have held him short, and he runs hard. He's slippery. We talked about him in the pregame, and that's a huge play because you get your guys into the spot and you don't get him on the ground to force fourth down. Now the ball all the way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
First big offensive play by either team. Now Smith's going to go under center, and we're going to have movement. Hopefully they got St. Mary's moving first. Yep, false start on St. Mary's. So Council Grove dodged a huge bullet here. Yep. These penalties here in the second half have been momentum killers by both teams.
Yep, and that can set you back there and can really throw you off schedule. Nice to see somebody else have that problem.
First down and 15. Ball gets pushed out to the 38-yard line for St. Mary's. Twins to the far side, Twins here to the near side. Empty backfield for Smith. Man in motion is Holes. Zone read, QB keeper up the middle, and he's going to be dumped and dropped. Is able to make it to the 25-yard line. Clock running under the 6-minute mark. Going to bring up second down and about 13.
Good play, though. I mean, you got him first and 15. You give 2 yards back. You'd like this to be third and more than 10 and really put some pressure on to get the ball back.
All right, so here comes down to this play. Can you get pressure? Can you defend the pass? Here is the play action. Going to be a handoff to Holes. Holes breaks another tackle, spins forward, dives forward down to about the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down and about 8.
Defense did a pretty good job getting to him. Didn't get him down on first contact, but got him down to make it third and long.
Would you go back to Holes here, the running back, knowing that you're 4-down territory? You're going to try to pass it twice to get this.
I think you run this. I think. I mean,
little confusion here on the formation for St. Mary's. Play clock down to 10. Smith trying to get traffic organized. Play clock at 5. Man in that, and I think that play was kind of dead before it started, and they're going to take a very, very important timeout in a 6-6 tied ball game. So hopefully that timeout doesn't come back to bite them, and it gives Council Grove an opportunity to talk about this 3rd and 8 coming up. 4:42 left to play. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Live channel on TCT.
The Deuce.
Alcogen is a global leader in developing and providing high-performance specialty materials designed to positively impact the environment. If you're looking for an inspiring and exciting career as part of a team who is passionate about its mission, work, customers, and the communities, contact us today, 620-767-5119, or apply online at www.alcogen.com/careers.
All right, welcome back, Braves fans. After the St. Mary's timeout, 3rd down and 8. St. Mary's needs to get inside the 15 for a first down. Twins here to the bottom of your screen. Man in motion. Settles in. Drop back pass. Smith flushed. Sacked by Mason Samuels. And Ty King there to help clean it up. Huge sack. Mason got home.
Oh, it brought pressure. And how big is that for King? Rotating in on that defensive line, getting a good push and fresh, and fourth and a country mile. You know they're probably gonna. Is he gonna back up? No, he's not gonna. I thought maybe they'd quick kick this on us, try to pin us just because it's 4th and so long, but it looks like they're gonna go for it.
Smith, deep drop, rolling, gonna be dumped underneath, and he is still on his feet. Tackle him. And are you serious? He's going to be at the 16-yard line. He's going to be short, but I tell you what.
He made it interesting.
Oh, my gosh. A little throw underneath, and St. Mary's almost picked that up. But Council Grove will take over possession, but they got a long ways to go. But I tell you what, Jason.
That was a big
You got
sack.
3:56 left in a tie game. I would love to see us put together a drive that takes the rest of this 3rd quarter into the 4th and put points on the board.
Yeah, we got to be the next team to score. we had our chance. We had what was looking like a pick six there. Braves playing well, looking for opportunities, and with this offense being backed up here, you gotta force yourself out of this hole, probably with that run game.
Reed Buttrey in at quarterback, going to be a handoff to Blaze French, runs in the middle, and I think St. Mary's is getting the memo as well. Might have a spy over there looking at Coach Hayes' play calling sheet, but handoff to Blaze French, picks up one. It looks like St. Mary's bringing the big boys up front, try to slow that run game down.
Yeah, they're packing it in there. They're looking at what package we're bringing in the formation, and they've guessed right every time. But I got a feeling Coach Hayes may have something in his bag of tricks.
See who we got here. Reed Buttrey still in at quarterback. Twins to the far side. One split here to the bottom of your screen. Buttrey dropping back to pass. Looking. Pass, dumps it off, and it is caught over there on the far side, almost to the 20 to Dornbos. Short gain on the play, but at least that shows St. Mary's that Reed just isn't going to come in and run the ball.
Yep, had to show something now there. And now we're backed up a little further than last time we punted it. And you really don't want to keep playing roulette with this field position.
Yep.
You need to pick up a first down. Whatever you got in the playbook to go get you 8 right here, you need it bad.
Third down and a long 7. Stewart, empty backfield, 5-step drop, looking, tries to step up, gonna step out. He's got a chance to get that first down. Speed by Luke Stewart on that far side. Luke Stewart, what a run, what a decision. He thought about, throwing it away. Tuck found a seam. First down, what a huge play by Luke.
Let's talk about the fact there was no hold and no illegal man downfield, because that is a play. That's a play right there where you get hung up as a lineman, or he start trying to buy some time and he squirts out of there. Offensive line does a great job. No laundry on the field. First down, Braves. Keep this clock running and this drive moving. Starting to change the field position.
Stewart claps his hands. Going to be a handoff that near side, and just nothing. Absolutely nothing up the middle. So obviously St. Mary's quality football team made adjustments at halftime to kind of adjust to those off-guard, off-tackle seams that were open for Blaze and Bradley there in the first half, and just nothing there, loss on that play.
Yeah, they filled it up, and poor Gunner's just getting overrun. There's 4 guys coming, and Braves we're still using it, we're still showing it, but I think that's going to open something up here.
Second down and long. Stewart claps his hands. Going to be a pitch play. Blaze trying to get to the edge. Cuts in and spins. He's going to be dumped short of the 35-yard line. May have gotten to the original line of scrimmage, but nevertheless going to be a third down. Nope, they're going to say loss on the play. Third down and a long 11.
And Braves, the cardiac Braves, long, third and long, trying to pick this thing up, because you're in position where you're going to have to punt, and you're going to have to try to flip field position if you can't get this. And man, big play by Stewart the last time. I bet they're not going to let the quarterback loose. Probably be spying him on this, so need to dial up something, get the ball out of his hands quick.
Twins on the far side. Twins here to the bottom of your screen. Empty backfield for Stewart. Claps his hands. 5-step drop. Good protection. Pass over here on the near side, and it is going to be intended for Grady Kepley, but it will be a little bit too high and out of bounds, out of the reach of Grady. He's going to bring up fourth down, and here comes the punt team. Reed Buttrey put a boomer.
Well, we got the ball out to the 35, which is huge, because we punted it last time about 15 yards deeper back inside the 20. So we can get a boomer. We need to keep pushing them back and start to win this field position battle, because this thing is a war in the trenches right now at the line of scrimmage.
53 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Reed gets it and kind of off the side of his foot, take a bounce, and apparently number 9, fair caught that. Number 9, that would be Parker Heim. So we're able to push him back to the 40, but like I say, Jason, it would be nice to get a negative play. And you know what? I'm going to say this. While they have the football, Jason, there hasn't been a turnover in this game.
And we came close to causing one. We've been getting maybe a little more pressure than they have. They've been getting pressure in our backfield, but it's time. It's time for a huge play. And if I was to guess, it'll be somebody like number 8. He'll jar a ball loose. Something will get tipped. He'll pick it downfield. Eight's going to make a play.
Number 7, Holes, with a tough run on a pitch play to the far side, picks up about 4. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the St. Mary's Bears. Going to give him forward progress of about 5. Wow, that was
he kind of
great
skidded.
spot.
He kind of skidded. I'm not sure where the knee went down, but, yeah, pretty good spot.
Game clock and, thank you, Mindy, game clock and play clock are identical at 18, 17, 16. Probably be the last play of the quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Bears. Split backs. Holes in the running back position, and are they going to let this thing run out? Or are they going to snap the ball? Going to be a reverse counter, and he is dumped and stopped. Depending upon the spot, probably a loss of a couple feet is going to bring up a huge 3rd down. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to flip the field with the biggest 3rd down of the game incoming, because if the Braves can stop, we're going to see their punter. Huge stop coming. You're watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Live channel on TCT.
The Deuce.
Adams Home Store has been family owned and operated since 1969. They offer construction services for custom homes, outbuildings, boat docks, and more. Adams carries supplies for farmers and ranchers and has a big inventory of grilling, boating, and camping accessories. Located at 203 East Main in Council Grove, go Braves! Together with veterans and Morris County, Kansas, hopes to enlist rural veterans and their local partners to join forces to reduce veteran and civilian suicides in their communities. To learn more, join their Facebook group. Please remember, help is always near. It's okay not to be okay.
The Tire Shop north of Council Grove is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle's maintenance needs, offering tire and oil services for cars, trucks, tractors, and even ATVs. With hundreds of tires in stock, the Tire Shop is here for you.
All right, welcome back, Braves fans. We are at the 4th quarter, fists up, tied 6-6 here. 3rd down and a long 5 for St. Mary's on their own 45-yard line. They need midfield for a 1st down. St. Mary's is going to call their best 3rd and 5 play, and Council Grove is going to bring their best 3rd and 5 defense. Here we go. Empty backfield for Smith. Twins to the far side, twins to the bottom of your screen. 5-step drop. Looking. Going to be a screen underneath, and he is going to be hit and dumped. What a play. And I think, honestly, if I had to guess right now, Darren Rick probably knew that play was coming before they even broke huddle.
Yeah, usually Darren, by the formation, there's some sort of break in the action, and I think he's saying things like, look for this, this, and this. If he's, if you see a couple keys, he knows where it's going. He doesn't sleep. All he does is watch film, and I think Coach Reddick knew coming out into the quarter there what they might run.
All right, so they are in punt formation, but Coach Reddick is being a little bit hesitant here. They're going to bring Mason up, and gosh, please kick it. Oh, we got a bobbled snap off the side of his foot. Check up and go out of bounds. There we go.
Yep.
So Council Grove is going to get their best field position in theory this 2nd half, and I was just so hoping that they would kick it deep so Bradley can get a good return. But Braves are going to get it back. Start of the 4th quarter, 11:09 left to play. See if get something going here on the offensive end.
Coach Hayes probably been saving a couple. He's been saving a couple. he's got a couple he wrote down early in the week at the bottom. He was like, this thing's close. I'm gonna go right here. So we'll see what he's got. But this Braves offense has been pretty effective running the ball.
But looks like St. Mary's has 8 guys in the box. And play action pass. Mason Samuels over the middle, and it is caught. And dragging forward almost out to midfield. Jason, is that number 34?
That is. Those middle routes, we haven't gone to him much, and they've tried to bracket him. He when the ball slips through there, usually Mason, pretty sure-handed. He's dropped a couple early tonight, but big players make big plays in the 4th quarter. And, man, if we could find something in this passing game and then break something loose, it'd be huge right here.
Council Grove almost out to midfield. Haven't been on the other side of the 50 since the first half. Empty backfield for Stewart. Man in motion is French. Going to be a handoff, and he somehow gets away from number 54, breaks another tackle. How in the world did Blaze French...
He's still on his feet.
Still on his feet. How in the world did Blaze French ran... 54 literally almost took the handoff. Blaze French literally pulled the E-brake, spun around, and ran. Somehow got 4 out of that.
I know. Just an incredible vision by French. Well, I'm not saying incredible vision because he ran right up the back of both the defender and the blocker to start with and then spun out of it. Man, able to get almost 4 yards out of that. And the Braves stay in time with the chains here.
2nd down and 6 for the Braves. Stewart claps his hands. Handoff. Bradley Dornbos got some running room. Out across the 45, almost to the 40. And I tell you what, maybe the Braves got a little something going here. Little bit of a combo action between Blaze French and Bradley Dornbos. We got our 2nd first down of the drive down to the 41.
Completely flipped the field position now on the other side of the 50 into St. Mary's territory. Clock winding, 6-6. 9.5 minutes to go. Braves being methodical in and out.
Smith Jenkins here at the bottom of your screen. Grady at the top. Man in motion is Mason Samuels. Stewart, handoff. Bradley Dornbos. And he is stood up. Is able to get to the 40. Going to at least give him a positive play on first down. But good individual play there by the St. Mary's line. And maybe about 1.5. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Hayes
for the
is
Braves.
rocking him to sleep. He's rocking him to sleep. He's just waiting for the time to pull the ripcord because we've had a little luck in there. Every time we start to get something going, they kind of squeeze the box down, take some of that away.
Mason Samuels goes to the sideline, gets a little bit of a breather, maybe a precursor to 3rd down coming here. Going to be a play-action pass. Stewart looking, gets it over the middle, and it is caught. What a catch. Is that David McDiffit?
They call him David McTackles, but in this case, we'll call him David McCatches because he just caught a big one, and that thing was laced between 2 defenders.
What a throw. What a catch. David McDiffit, all he does is have like 70 tackles in 6 games, and you know what? Yeah, just put him in the passing game, come up with one of the biggest catches of the game. Another first down for the Braves. Ball inside the 25-yard line at the 24-yard line, and I just love this pace. Methodical, 6 yards, 8 yards, 12 yards, 18 yards, just to keep this thing going. Stewart claps his hands. Handoff. Bradley Dornbos waiting for his blockers to get engaged and is able to pick up about 2 or 3. Going to bring up 2nd down and manageable for the Braves.
He goes back to rocking the cradle, rocking them to sleep, running that ball inside.
David McDiffit, incredible.
Yep, and hadn't gone to him in a couple weeks in the passing game, and he got his first touchdown of the season this year, earlier in the year, and you never know when David's going to pop. You know when he's going to pop up on defense. He's going to make plays, but offensively, 26 just made a big one.
Stewart in at quarterback. Blaze French, the running back. Play action pass. Stewart looking. Going to go in the corner of the end zone to Smith Jenkins, and it is caught. Give him a touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Back shoulder throw to Saeed Smith Jenkins. No way that ball should be completed. Saeed literally kind of went down, kept his shoulder pads inside the corner of the end zone. How did that happen?
It hit him square in the chest. Square in the chest. I know Mindy's freaking out because the camera, there's kind of a strange angle with the way the windows are, but he caught that in the back corner literally with, I dare say, 1 butt cheek in bounds. And, yeah, the pylon is still knocked down where he rolled after catching it, but that thing was embedded between the 1 and the 4 in his chest when he turned around. And as Justin said, that ball shouldn't have been completed, and it's a huge play. Braves going for 2.
Lob play to Mason Samuels. A two-point conversion is good.
It's
I
good.
was just getting ready to say how huge would a two-point conversion be right here. Braves take a 14-6 lead here in the fourth
that's
quarter.
That's two incredible balls because that little fade to that corner right there to the big fella, that had some touch on it, boy. If you throw that too deep at all or you throw it short, it's picked. And two throws back-to-back by Luke Stewart that were just magic and two great catches. And the Braves, if you don't have momentum now, you don't have a pulse because
I tell you what, we're going to keep it right here because I don't know what's the opposite of stuff that you can take when your heart's beating out of your chest. I don't need caffeine.
No.
But literally, like Jason said,
you might need some baby aspirin or something.
Baby aspirin
for having a heart attack.
But I tell you what, what an incredible drive. We did it with a run. We did it with timely passes. Had a great pass to Mason Samuels over the middle to get us our first down. Kind of ran into a little problem with the running game. Then we had a pass from David McDiffett with a huge play, get another first down. And then all of a sudden, Coach Reddick and Coach Hayes said, you know what, let's dial up the corner route to Syed Smith-Jenkins, and we're going to throw it so far in the corner of the end zone that it almost looks impossible, but we got ourselves a heck of a quarterback, and he's going to deliver it in a dime. And you know what? I like that corner out. Let's give it to Big 31. Braves with a 14-6 lead.
He lullabied him with that run game. Well, and it was effective, but he rocked him to sleep, and then he punched him in the mouth with his junior quarterback throwing dimes. And man, that is huge to get the 2-point conversion there and get this thing to 14-6. There is no way on one possession you can lose the lead in this football game, and that is huge. Oh, takes a big hop.
Takes a big hop. It's going to be returned, and he's going to be cut down at about the 37-yard line. But I tell you what, Jason, I tell you what, Lane Smith, their quarterback, number 15, has been solid all year long, and it got 7:09 left. Holes, number 7, has been running the ball a lot more effectively here in the second half. However, we've seen their punter a lot.
You got to extend this game.
So, nervous time right now for St. Mary's and whoever's calling their play, their offensive coordinator, head coach, whoever. Nerve time here. How much chances do you take here?
They got more than we can cover on this right side. We're
going to be a pitch play to Holes. Holes tries to get to edge, a lot of speed, and he's going to be cut down by David McDiffett, and he looks like he is not happy. David cut him down at the legs, and Holes, and I tell you what, I hope that he's okay because you hate to see that, but
I think he's holding the arm.
It's a proud
but
supporter
David
of the
gave him a
Council
heck
Grove
of a shot.
For all your insurance
We're going to go
needs,
ahead
call
and
Steve.
take a quick break because I tell you what, he has played one heck of a second half. Well, a whole season, so hopefully he's okay. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4 when we return. You're watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Live channel and TCT.
The Deuce.
Areas for over 35 years, supporting your Council Grove Braves and wishing them the best this season. The Apothecary is located downtown Council Grove, is here to serve you for all your pharmacy needs. Their staff is friendly and knowledgeable. The Apothecary accepts most prescription insurance plans, offers free mailing and delivery, as well as a convenient drive-thru. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The service you deserve from the people who care. Let's go, Braves! Located at 415 West Main Street in downtown Council Grove, Route 56 is your local game day gear store. Stand out in the crowd with a unique shirt or hoodie from Route 56. Don't settle for the same old shirt that everybody else can order. Show your school spirit and support the Braves by buying local from Route 56.
All right, welcome back, Braves fans. Holes was at number 7. Corleone Holes was able to walk off under his own power. However, really favoring that right arm, shoulder, elbow, collarbone. Obviously, I'm not a physician, but hopefully he's okay and like to see him back in the game. But big decision here for St. Mary's. Where do you go now in the running game when your do everything running back is on the sideline? 2nd down and 4. Little QB keeper up the middle for Smith, and Smith calls his own number. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short, Jason. Going to be a 3rd down and 1, so big decision time. You're trailing by 8 points, 6:25 left to go. If you don't get this or a loss on the play, you think St. Mary's going to punt if we hold them here?
Yeah, that's a tough spot right here. you're short of the 50, and at the Braves, I don't know if he'll bring pressure here or not. It looks like he might bring a little, and because if you dump him, it's a tough decision.
Smith, and looks like we're going to have a penalty flag, and if that's on St. Mary's, what a huge call of the football game with 6:06 left to play. Huge false start on St. Mary's. Wow, what a huge play, and that's going to go from third down and
a
yard to third down and I'm going to call that a long 6, Jason.
Yep, it totally changes your play call for sure, and now you're almost in where you kind of got to punt, don't you? Even down 8.
Do you remember early in the third quarter when they had to call the timeout to avoid that delay game penalty? That timeout might loom large. 5-step drop for Smith, looking here to the near side, wide open, caught, first down, drug out of bounds by number 10, Blaze French. That catch goes to number 14, Zach Summers. Zach Summers sprinted to the 45-yard line, Council Grove side, and came back. Ball was on time.
Well, we didn't let anybody over us.
Yep.
We didn't let anybody over the top, and played a little bit of cushion out there on the outside, and that they're able to complete that. But Braves making them work here at least, and we've bent a couple times, but not broken. And man, this is a spot where the defense, you just got to keep them out.
One split far, one split near. Smith, man in motion, calls in his own number, tries to find some running room up front, finds a little seam. Great run there by Smith, gets down to about 36-yard line. So you can't key on 7 anymore because he's not on the field. So pretty much all your running game, Jason's probably going to be 15 and the QB keep read, or going to go to the air if it gets into long to go here on second, third, and fourth down.
Really shortening the game, keeping the ball on the ground. Clock running, 5:10 on the clock, fourth quarter. Braves are up now by 8.
Smith. Man in motion is Summers. Calls his own number. Stumbles forward. David McDiffit hit him, and Hewitt was able to clean him up, but it's good enough for another first down. So Smith, the senior quarterback's just going to pretty much take it on his own, say, hey, my buddy, my homecoming captain, or excuse me, homecoming king and captain's on the sideline.
And they're taking the shoulder pads off now, so doubtful he's going to return. They're going to take a look at him. But, yeah, the play calling definitely has changed here.
Smith, number 15, going to drop back, looking, ton of pressure. Going to go ahead and tuck it and going to dump it, and in and out of the hands of Summers here on the near side. So Council Grove got pressure to him. Going to bring up second down and 10. Clock stopped at 4:23 left to play. And I tell you what, both of these coaches are so smart when it comes to game management.
Yep, he got the clock stopped there. They need time, but they don't want to give us time.
Yep.
But they have to score. I mean, you've got a lot of things going on here to consider as a coach.
32-yard line for the St. Mary's Bears. Man in motion. Going to be a jet sweep along that far side. He tries to duck himself in, and he's going to be dropped. Yeah. What a hit by David McDiffit. And 41's back.
Yeah, 41 is back. Bradley Doorboss and David McDiffit come in there just like a freight train, both of them. And you have enough contending with one of them, but when they both get you and drive you back 2-3 yards right there, I mean, how big is this third down now? All of a sudden everything we've been talking about, the big boys up front, Gunner and Maddox, Hewitt, they're wanting to pin those ears back. You know they want to come.
Corners and safeties find the football in this passing down. Find the football, turn and find the football. Smith gonna go ahead and get it. He is absolutely demolished. Easton Stows, the freshman, and Caden Schmidt, the senior.
Caden Schmidt almost hurt himself. He hit him so hard. He knocked the taste out of his mouth.
Wow, what a play by Stows and Schmidt. And I hope Schmidt's okay, because I tell you what, number 3, God bless you, Jace Hurla, but the last 2 possessions that number 3's touched the football, He's felt Council Grove, and I tell you what, Jason, before I keep babbling,
3:03.
Fourth down and ball game.
Fourth down. They've got 2 timeouts.
4th down and 7. And a huge play here. Don't jump off sides, Braves. Don't jump off sides. Here we go. Smith, 3-step drop, looking pass. It's going to be caught for a first down inside the 20 on that comeback route, dig route on that far side. I didn't get the number. Is that number 2?
Number 2 caught the ball.
I have to get you a name and number.
Stowe's might be a freshman, but he's growing up quick over there because they're going to come at him.
Stuart Garland with the reception. New set of downs for St. Mary's. Braves defense got to come up here inside the 20. 1st and 10. Pitch play over here to the near side, trying to stretch the edge, and he is going to be dropped by, still on his feet. Holy cow. You had Nate Seamers. What a run there by number 12. Holy cow.
And now Mason's down, which is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
Not sure what he's trying to get to his feet. He is shaking it off. He's going to get to the sidelines on his own. It looks like he's coming. He's going to have to come off for a minute or one play at least. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It was pretty instant pain. Not sure what it was that able to get to his feet. Trying to tell how he's walking okay, I think.
Killian McMahon on that last run. Braves had him stopped for no gain or a loss. He's able to pick up. We're going to give him 3. 2nd down and 7. Clock is running, Jason. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the 4th quarter. St. Mary's putting themselves together a heck of a drive. Under center. Going to be a play-action pass. Smith looking, decides to dump it out of bounds. Live to fight another day. Clock stop with 1:56 left. Going to bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd down. Braves getting after him. He rolled right, and good coverage by the Braves. Force him to dump it out of bounds to bring up 3rd down. And, man, talk about being backed against the wall.
Ball is setting on the 17-yard line. They need inside the 10 for another first down. Clock stop, 1:56. It'll start on the snap. Twins far, Twins near. Smith going to go QB keeper. He's got a little bit of running room. Sidestep, still on his feet. He could go, but he's going to be shoved out of bounds just short.
Oh, no, he gave it to him at the pylon.
I thought that he was going to be short.
And now the biggest play of the game. They have to go for 2.
1:49 left. St. Mary's going to be going for 2. Now, Jason, you have all 3 of your timeouts left. Do you save them for a drive to go win the football game, or do you call a timeout here when you see the formation to try to prevent this? Because obviously if they don't do it, they're going to be kicking an onside kick. You save the timeouts for your offense, or you call one here to try to prevent this?
We'll see in a second when Reddick gets a look at what he talked to his guys about.
Smith in the gun. Twins to the far side. Got a man in motion to Summers. It's going to be basically a pitch pass, and it is going to be intercepted. The Braves still have the lead, 14-12. 1:49 left to play. I don't see any penalty flags. What a play. St. Mary's go with a little trickeration pitch to the running back, try to throw it back to the quarterback. And, man, I don't know about you, Jason, but 15, Lane Smith, their quarterback, pretty much led them on that entire drive.
Oh, he
did.
And
you take the ball out of his hands.
He took 7 out of the game with the injury, and he kind of put it on his back, got it to the end zone, and, man, Braves come up big on the 2-point conversion. But now you've got a whole nother set of problems because more than likely they're going to onside this thing. You got to have your hands guys up there. I don't know what's on film from them and onside, what type of onside they're going to try, but go with the old drive it hard at the front row? Or are they going to try to trickle it 10 yards, try to get the big hop, see what they do? But almost certainly with only 2 timeouts, you wouldn't think they would kick this ball deep to us. And Braves needing to just get possession, get down on the ball, minute 49. They're going to be able to run the ball, use some clock, and hopefully sock this thing away. But first thing you got to do is secure the football.
All right, so the play clock, once the play clock is going and when we receive this onside kick, play clock's 40 seconds long, and they have 2 timeouts left. So obviously, once we recover this, a first down obviously ends the game. However, 100% it is absolutely crucial right here to receive this ball. Is that Mason Samuels back in the game?
He's back
on
in the
front,
game.
On the
He's
hands team?
On the hands team. Got Reed up there. Looks like
All right. Here we go. Here it comes. The onside kick, and it's a poocher, and it's loose, and it's going to be picked up by Caden Schmidt. Just get down, Caden.
Caden
Just
needs to get down at the 45. Good job of picking it up. So good thing it didn't hit one of the up linemen.
So the Braves lead at 14-12 with 1:44 left to play. St. Mary's again with 2 timeouts, and we have an injured player on the field. Is that still Schmidt?
I think it's 8 down on the field. Not sure. He was fighting for yardage. I'm not sure. He probably would have been better off to pick that up and just lay down, but he out there fighting a little bit and got dinged. Can't really see through the line, the players. Got the medical staff out there taking a look at him.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, and when we return, 1:44 left. Braves lead it by 2 here at St. Mary's. You're watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Live channel and TCT.
The Deuce.
Why they still carry out your groceries with a smile, rain or shine. They proudly support our local schools, sports teams, and the heart of the community, you. So next time you shop, choose the store that knows your name and loves your town as much as you do. Ray's Apple Market, where family, community, and good food come together. Let's go, Braves! LuxNet has spent more than 32 years making marketing simple with great customer service, collaboration, and quality products. From invitations and flyers to business cards, postcards, brochures, and more. Visit LuxNetCorporation.com to learn more about their print and mailing offerings, digital solutions, strategy development, and creative services. To learn more about their print and mailing offerings, digital solutions, strategy development, and creative services. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, they treat people like people. Together, they will work with you to create a plan that's just right for you. Contact your Council Grove Farm Bureau agent, Alex Renke. It's your future. Let's protect it. Flint Hills Rural Electric Cooperative legacy now spans over 84 years. Their commitment to providing reliable, affordable, and safe electrical power to its members has never been stronger. As a cooperative, the safety and welfare of the members is always the #1 priority. The Flint Hills Rural Electric Cooperative is proud to support its Braves athletes. Go Braves! Located in downtown Council Grove, Grove Gardens has a wonderful selection of gardening tools, beautiful plants, and fresh produce. They are your source for locally grown produce and all your gardening essentials. You can't beat their customer service and expertise. Follow them on Facebook.
Farmers and Drovers Bank is ready to meet all your banking needs. From mobile banking to in-person friendly customer service, Farmers and Drovers is your premier bank with 3 locations plus 2 ATMs to make your banking experience convenient.
That's a great sign. Matt Fox, the athletic director, and the wonderful K-State medical training staff that we have helping Caden across the field. And I tell you what, we're hoping that maybe it was just got rolled up on a little bit, not putting much weight on that right leg, but hopefully it's something that he can recover from, because I tell you what, that kid has had an amazing season at corner for us.
He's a big hitter. You need him moving forward. I'll tell you, he's come up at a couple plays this game where he's put on big hits, and he's come up and shook it off, and hopefully he can get over there. And they were being extra cautious with that thing, but they let him get up and let him put a little weight on it, so hopefully he's okay.
1:44 left. Hold on to the football. Handoff Reed Butchery. Reed Butchery stumbles forward back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock ticking down to 1:38. Timeout, St. Mary's.
Yeah, they'll call their 2 for sure.
So let's do a little quick math here. Let's say the next play takes 2 seconds, so that'd be 136, and that's going to bring up wherever we're at, 3rd down and let's say 10. They call the second time out. We're going to be faced with 3rd down at about let's say a minute 35. Run down the clock on our 3rd down play, whatever it is. If we are at worst case scenario, we're punting it. St. Mary's is getting the ball back
40-some seconds, maybe?
with probably about 40-some seconds left.
Yeah, we can nurse a lot of it. You'd like to get a first down and make it just not matter. A lot of coaches are pretty conservative with the run game here, just wanting to be able to flip the field with the punter as the time runs down. You just want to get the timeouts out of their pocket, and you want to get what you can. We'll see what the strategy here is by the blue and gold.
No penalty flags, and hang on to that football and run hard. Here we go. Handoff. Blaze French along that far side, and he's going to be dropped, about a 2-yard loss. 3rd and final timeout for St. Mary's, 1:32. So when this 3rd down play happens, we'll snap it at 1:32.
We'll snap it, and they can't stop it at that point. So.
Correct. So it'll be run down, so you're probably looking, give or take, 2 or 3 seconds on the play. You're looking at probably 45 to 50 seconds when we would have to punt if we don't pick up anything.
Yeah, they can't stop it. I'm sure they've got a lot of 2-minute drill stuff in their back pocket for these type of situations, so you're going to want to logistically just be clean, flip this field. If you're not, chances are running the ball here and being conservative, you're probably not looking. You're not going to throw the ball here to try to ice this thing. So,
you're just going to hand it off right, hand it off left to the one kid that is your most sure-handed to hold on to that football.
Yeah, and maybe you don't even let it out of your quarterback's hands here. Maybe you run a little fake somewhere and let Luke see what he can do to burn off a little bit of clock and get a couple yards. And
empty backfield for Stewart. Man in motion is French, and there we go. Luke Stewart up the middle, dancing, spinning, gets about out to the midfield, and the clock is going to continue to run here. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 5.
They have to set it. It's going to now go under 40.
So I'm wondering, Coach Reddick has all of his timeouts left, and if my personal opinion, you're at 4th and 5 here. Obviously, you're going to punt. You got 24, 23 on the play clock, so 20 seconds right here, 40 seconds. So I'm wondering if Coach Reddick is going to let this thing run all the way down, possibly call a timeout, talk about your punt coverage, and make sure you got everybody where you need to be. But it doesn't look like they're going to call timeout, and they're just going to punt it away. And holy mackerel, here we go. Good kick there by Reed Buttrey, and it's going to be bobbled on the ground on the deck, and it looks like St. Mary's was able to get on it and recover it.
He called for the fair catch. It was a long ways from being under the football.
So great punt there by Reed Buttrey. Gets him pinned all the way down to the far hash 20. 37 seconds left. No timeouts. Make sure everything's caught in front of you, and I'm sure that Smith and the St. Mary's Bears are going to go a lot of boundary stuff.
Yeah, they're going to have to work the boundary. If you get them down in bounds, they've got to go quick. They've got to try to spike the ball. They don't have much time, so you're going to see a lot of those 2 deep safeties there. Braves.
Quick pass on the far side, and it is incomplete, and that stops the clock at 34 seconds. So, tell you what, the gentlemen and ladies, whoever are running the scoreboard operator and the clock, I tell you what, trailing by 2. They got 80 yards to get down the field. Don't know whether or not if they got a kicker, but I would assume since they went for 2 every time, maybe they don't. But kind of curious to see how fast the thumb is on the clicker here on the clock. Twins far side, Twins here to the near side. Smith from his own 20. He's going to go with a 5-step drop. Looking. He's going to go for all the marbles deep down the field. And it is intercepted by Luke Stewart. Intercepted by your quarterback. The Braves can take a knee here. Victory formation. Braves are going to win this football game.
Braves have gone on the road. The Road Warriors defense travels, and what a huge game. We're going to come out and kneel this thing out. And you put your put your quarterback back in there at safety and just let him go make a play, I guess.
Absolutely.
I guess. Number 2 comes up huge right there.
What a football game. And probably, and as Jason and Mindy and I were talking about this while they get this set up here, is, in the 5 years that we've been doing this with Mindy, we've never had a game that was tied 6-6 going into the fourth quarter. We just never had one of these games. And I tell you what, I'm up here sweating, probably needing a baby aspirin to keep going here. And there is a kneel down victory formation, 20 seconds left. We'll kind of talk a little bit here till it officially becomes an official win. The Braves have went on the road, beat St. Mary's, and are now 2-1.
We like to win by 2 in district games on the road. We love to win by 2 and just make it the heart attack game of the century.
That is the final buzzer. The Braves officially win it 14-12 here at St. Mary's, and we're going to take a little quick break here, but I'm going to let you know this will avenge a really painful loss that occurred that St. Mary's gave us last year at home. And this is a huge, huge win, and we'll try to get you an updated score from Osage City and Silver Lake. But watching the guys walk across the field here, this is an excited group, and I tell you what, that was one heck of a well-played football game.
They just made the playoffs without depending on anybody else but themselves.
Exactly right.
Because with the way these scores are going and some injuries within the district, Braves needed to win this one. Heck, they need to win tomorrow. There's still a chance based on these other scores they could be the one in this district. I mean, it's chaos right now.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll wrap this thing up. Braves win it 14-12 over the St. Mary's Bears. You're watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Life Channel and TCT.
The Dudes.
At the Morris County Hospital, they are proud to stand behind our hometown athletes, the Council Grove Braves. Whether it's on the field, court, or on the track, these athletes show us what hard work and dedication looks like. When injuries happen, their team of professionals are there with expert care to get them back in the game and stronger than ever. The Morris County Hospital is caring for our community and cheering on the Braves. Let's go, Braves! DHC Chiropractic is helping you feel your best with services such as spinal manipulation, various forms of physiotherapy, and dry needling. Call into our office to schedule your appointment or reach out to us on Facebook. Need help navigating the real estate market? Give a local Council Grove Realty or Lakeside Property Realtor a call today. They are members of the Flint Hills Association of Realtors assisting in residential, commercial, and ag sales. Visit cglakeside.net or councilgroverealty.com and see what a local realtor can do for you.
For over 100 years, Citizen State Bank has gone the extra mile for its customers, providing big bank amenities while knowing their customers by their first name. Stop in today at any of their 7 locations or check out their services online at extramilebank.com.
All right, thank you, Mindy. Welcome back, Braves fans. Again, hopefully you're watching throughout that entire game, but what a football game. And a complete 100% effort on both sides of the football by every single one on the coaching staff, special teams, offense, defense. Heck, warm-ups had to be perfect to win this one. Great football game by the Braves, and I'm gonna highlight a few things here offensively and touch on a couple things here. Kick it over to Jason here shortly. Talk about defense and whatever else he has. But I'm going to throw out a couple things here. Just how we got here to 14-12. Braves scored first on a 3-yard run from Blaze French early in the first quarter. Tried to go for 2 and were not able to get it. Shortly after that, at the 10:24 mark of the second quarter, St. Mary's got a touchdown of their own, a 5-yard run by Lane Smith. And they tried a 2-point conversion. It failed. When we went to halftime, it was 6-6. And pretty much throughout the entire third quarter, that's pretty much where it stayed. And then all of a sudden, Council Grove, Coach Hayes, Coach Reddick, and that offensive line and everybody absolutely put together one of the best drives I've seen in a long time. Marched at 60 yards down the field. Pass plays, running plays, got huge catches. Mason Samuels with a huge catch. David McDiffett with a huge catch, and then a corner route, one of the prettiest catches I've seen in the 5 years we've been doing this. Luke Stewart to Saeed Smith-Jenkins in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown, and then the capper. The fade route to Mason Samuels in the far southwest corner of the end zone, and it made it 14-6. St. Mary's responded late, got a touchdown of their own, but the Braves defense stood up strong, got an interception on the failed two-point conversion, picked up the onside kick, salted the game away, and the defense is what finished it. But one thing I was going to let you know is when that Braves went on that game-winning drive, 0 penalties.
Yeah,
Jason,
yeah,
0 penalties on that drive.
They put it together late, and how good's it back? We had Dorenbos back. Hopefully Caden's all right. I haven't seen him over there. I'm not sure if he got up and walked that thing off, but man, got Bradley back. Bradley and David McTackles just brought the thunder tonight, and yeah, huge game. We knew this was going to be a battle. And like Justin said, we haven't had a 6-6 game going to the fourth quarter nailed by anything like this in 5 years, and we still haven't been in an overtime game. We were talking about that at halftime. we haven't been in an overtime battle, but man, what a football game. We knew this was a very, very good matchup on paper, both sides. It was going to be at the line of scrimmage, who makes plays, and man, Braves made their share tonight. The defense stood up, and such a big game. Justin's having Silver Lake's up 28.
That's final.
That's final. Silver Lake beats Osage City 28-21. Osage City loses their first district game in who knows how long, at least this season, and now the district is in chaos. We're 2-1. St. Mary's is out of it.
Yep.
And Riley County's out of it, and it's a three-way burst. Osage City can still lose next week. They lost their quarterback. They lose. They got 2 losses. We win. We're in the 1.
Absolutely.
So this thing is chaos, and you never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen. You play them all out, and you get out there and you fight. And man, these guys able to get on the bus, go on the road, and just continue to make stuff happen. Last year in the playoffs, just road warriors all the way through to the Final Four. And now, we've been up to Riley County. We've been over here to St. Mary's, and we've scratched out a 6-1 record. And man, everything's in front of you right now.
Absolutely, and thank you, Jason. And again, just to kind of recap what we have in front of us, we've got one more regular season game left, and it is a huge one at home, senior night, Silver Lake next week at our house at Legion Stadium. And I know, and this sounds terrible, but I'm guessing when you've got 6-1 Council Grove and the number 1 seed up for grabs at Legion Stadium next weekend, I'm guessing the Legion is going to be packed.
It's gonna be rocking, and you got to think that Silver Lake game. That's a huge emotional win for Silver Lake, and a lot of teams, when you come off that huge, you get over the hump in a huge emotional game like that. This game was emotional, but we seemingly kind of had control once we with field position. The game never seemed to be in anybody's hands. We never seemed to really be out of control. I don't think the emotion was as high here. I like our chances at home next week.
Absolutely. Well, and again, for all of you at home that tuned in tonight and saw one heck of a football game, I want to thank you so much for watching. And I guess what I was saying before about I hate to say this is I'm guessing hopefully there's still a ton of people watching this next week. But I tell you what, again, I don't want to take anything away from Jason and Mindy and TCT and the Flint Hills Live channel, but come on out to Legion Stadium. You can see a heck of a football game. But
you can watch the replay.
Yep.
Put it in your ears.
Exactly, and that was one thing. Like Mindy said, put it in your ears. You can listen to us while you're watching the game at Legion Stadium, because you never know what Jason's going to say. We're going to get out of here. I want everybody to have a healthy and a happy and safe weekend, and we'll see you next week. Again, thank you so much for watching Braves football on the Flint Hills Live channel and TCT.
The Deuce.